Well, I mean, I had digestive issues my whole life. Like I always had diarrhea. I was always skinny. It was an issue, but like it really didn't become an issue where I started had to go to the doctor. Is like I started getting like really sick like every Christmas break. Like I would just be like stuck in bed all Christmas break and it would take me like a week to recover. So that started like at the end of college, like that started happening like almost every Christmas break. And then a perianal, the big thing that got me into the doctor though was a perianal fistula showed up. And um, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's like a second butthole, like like I just had this pimple start to show up near my butt and it just oozed pus and blood all day. And it's like, that's not a pimple. And there's like a track, like it's so that's when I went to the doctor and I got diagnosed. You know, luckily that went pretty quickly, but I had inflammation in the stomach, gallbladder, all throughout the small intestine, and I pretty much had it in all of my colon as well. I think only like my transverse colon wasn't inflamed. Um, but I was in pretty good shape considering like what you saw on paper. Like I wasn't like pooping blood, but yeah. So yeah, in college, like I didn't want to take the biologics, but eventually I caved and went on them. Didn't really
Mhm.
see a difference. Got stuck with a huge bill, for Remicade or something. It was like $5,000. I was like, I'm not paying for this. This is nuts. And that's when I kind of started um, doing the different diets. And
Right.
I did diets for, I don't know, maybe a decade or something. Diets and disinfecting and detoxing and all the different supplements. And it wasn't until I started, digging into the like pre 1930s studies on Crohn's and colitis and IBS, most of them are trauma based. They're like, this person came into the hospital after their boyfriend broke up with them, or they went through a divorce, or they lost their job. They won't admit it. You got to dig it out of them. But like, I started, and my traumatic events weren't so cut and dry, so it wasn't like so obvious to me. But I started seeing that in the people I was working with. It was like clockwork. It's like always after something stressful. So you don't see it at first, but if you guys don't like, oh, I'm not traumatized. Usually the things that traumatize us just make us super angry. It's not very masculine. I don't get traumatized. Girls are usually more ready and willing to be like, oh yeah, yeah, that was very stressful. But usually you'll hear people saying like, yeah, during the most stressed out, awful times of my life, that's when their gut issues started. And when my gut issues started to get bad, that's when I started dating and going through breakups and stuff like that. So